Hey, what's up, guys? It's been a while since Promise has been on the scene. She's been down for a bit. Had some issues with her. Uh, I didn't know if I needed a new motor at first. Then I found out that when I eventually took her apart, realized that I bent 7 valves. Yeah, she was running pretty good, and I over revved her. I'm used to my motorcycle. It runs up to 15,000 RPMs. Who knew the car can only go up to 6,200? Anyhow, so over revved her, bent 7 valves, took the heads out to the machine shop, had that fixed. So now we're going to go ahead and see what we can do about trying to get her back together. All right, guys, let's go. All right, people, so since the heads are out the car, I figured it'd be a nice opportunity to clean the engine compartment up just a bit. So what I did was clean it as good as I could. And then I got a can of this, painted it, just to get it a little fresh. It's not perfect, obviously, but I was just trying to neaten it up a bit, and it looks much better. I'm sure I missed a ton of spots, because as you can see, I just threw the paper in there as best I could, mask off very few things, because this is not a show car. It's just to make it acceptable for when you open the hood, it doesn't look so raggedy. I think I did a pretty good job of that. We will see when the motor is assembled again. Let's take a look at what else I did. Okay, guys, so I painted this stuff again, because the first time I painted it, it was fine, but I rushed it and it got so scratched up from working on the car. I figured I might as well do it again. So I painted it again, put a decent amount of coats on it, and since the motor is not going to be assembled for at least a week, week and a half, it will have ample time to dry and cure, hopefully keeping it from scratching so easily and peeling so easily. I prepped it better than I did before, and so I hope this works out even better. We shall see. Alright, so I painted it. There's a ton of overspray, but it looks much better. All this here, all that stuff that was messed up over there, even cleaned up over here a little bit. So it looks way better than it did. Of course, it's not perfect, but at least it's clean. I can open the hood and not cringe. That was the point. Well, it's time to get started putting this back together. I cleaned up the headers. It's ready for the gasket now. Got the heads. I think I have most of the parts. Let's go ahead and get this thing together, and see you in a few. So we're not going to do a step-by-step reinstallation, because that can be seen on another video, either over here or over there, I'm not sure, but you'll see it on another video. But I'm about to clean these up with the brake clean, and see you in a few. Okay, got it all cleaned up. She's ready to go. Now for the installation. Where did I leave those head gaskets? Okay, next step. Alright, so I got the heads ready to go in. I just taped the intake and the exhaust ports just in case, because once you get it settled in case I don't just bolt up the intake or the exhaust manifold or the headers, I'll be a little safe of anything dropping into those holes. Okay, so on to the next step. Okay, well, I gotta take a break in the action. Thank God I taped up the intakes and the exhaust, because now I gotta leave it for a moment, go pick up some head bolts. I ordered head bolts through Amazon. Once again, they sent me the wrong one. So now I gotta hope I can get to the auto parts store in time to pick up some head bolts for this car. Alright, talk to you soon. Alright, well, it's getting dark. I'm not gonna be able to finish it, but heads are torqued down. All I have to do now is put the manifold on, steering pump, headers, all that kind of stuff, get it set up. But it's starting, I know it doesn't look that dark, but it's starting to get dark. It's getting late, and I'm too old for this, so time to pack it up.
Alright, we should finish it up tomorrow, hopefully, if it don't rain. Okay, here we are, brand new day. Still working on these, getting this motor together. Heads are down, they torque down. Now I'm working on getting this vent tube installed. Mine came with no instructions, so I got to figure it out. Shouldn't be too big a deal. Let's get started on that and see where we are next. Okay, quick update. So headers are on. Had to remove that steering shaft right there to get the headers on and off. And trying to get it with the heads on, with that steering shaft in, has not worked for me yet. So I've learned to save a lot of time, remove this, and then take the headers out. So now I'm putting it back on before I put the power steering pump back on. Gave myself a little extra room, kept a little extra room. So when you are doing this, pay attention to everything that you're doing very closely. Look at the order in which you'll be able to put things back together. The easiest, leave yourself the most room to work with, because it's super tight in this engine compartment with these Gen 4 Camaros and Firebirds. So anything you can do that will save you a little space, every inch counts. So it was much easier for me to put the headers on, put that shaft back in before placing something as simple as the power steering pump back on, because it left me that much more room. Okay, that's the latest update. Now on to the other side. Well, like I said, that power steering pump is a beast, only because it's just so hard to get to these bolts back here. It's so time consuming to do the little things. Anyhow, well, I used a thicker gasket this time around because I didn't want to have a problem with my valve sitting again. And as a result of that, now my push rods are a tad too short. So I'm going to have to order some push rods. Alright, well, heads are on, both heads, exhaust is on both sides. I even put the plugs in, put the wires on, but I can't complete it because I need push rods. So maybe I'll put the intake on and go from there. Then we'll go inside and order some push rods first, then come back out. Okay. Well, tomorrow's another day. I was hoping I would be finished today. Unfortunately, I'm not. But I still have to do the exhaust. Headers are on, but the exhaust, so I still gotta get this done. Alright, so sorry for the interruption, but okay. So as you can see, my exhaust is hanging down. I'm going to still have to do that, so no need in rushing. I have to wait for the push rods to come. Unfortunately, my existing push rods are too small because I put a bigger gasket in, changed the size of the push rod. So we have to wait for that to come. So we'll be doing other small things until we can get done. Almost there. All right, well, it looks like my push rods are here. Let's take a look. Sealed up pretty good. I'll be right back. Let's try that again. Yep. Let's try them out. Let's go ahead and test out these push rods. See if they work. Let's get the right size socket. Alright, so the proper torque should be anywhere between 3/4 to 1.5 turns. Half, 3/4, 1. Okay. Looks like we're good. Alright, so got back from church, installed the push rods, And hopefully next few days we'll get everything buttoned up and she'll be running. See you later. Okay guys, she's almost ready to go. As you can see, she's almost complete. Just have to put the rest of the intake on and finish up the exhaust, and we should be good to go, ready to crank. I'm sure the battery's dead by now, so I'll have to charge that up as well, but we're getting there. I didn't show you the whole piece of putting all this stuff back together because you've seen it before. It's in a video that will show right there. But she's almost together. Alright, so it's a new day. Gonna get up under here and get this exhaust tightened up and finish off on the intake. Alright, let's get it done. Well guys, usually I would wait until I had a chance to really check everything, but according to the way I'm looking at it, it looks like everything is ready to go. I don't know if I have enough juice in the battery yet. Hey, I bought this at Carlisle the other day. Meant to put it on this car, too late. Anyhow, let's see if she starts up. Take a walk with me. Let's see if anything's leaking. Make sure. Oh, smoking. Alright, so far so good. Nothing's leaking. None of the fuel rails are leaking. Alright, although I didn't hear the fuel pump. Let's see what happens. Guess we'll go to real crank. Well guys, I think she's ready to go. Well, she's back. One more crank before we turn in for the night. Just to hear, she's smoking a little bit, but we'll see how that works out. Good to go.